All right, Nutmeg is in the house. We are ready to go. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Roll them and open them. Get that upper body moving a little bit. Step out so you can bend your knees and get that torso start to engage. Good. And then we'll bend those knees. We'll come down. We'll roll through a cat and inhale through a reindeer. And then we'll open it up. Nice and open, and then we'll come back down, we'll roll through that cat, inhale through that reindeer, pick it up, and then with your book handy, you're gonna just step up. Just pumping those arms. Four more like this. Last two. And last one, we go up and over, make sure you have space, and same thing other side. And again, four more. And then we go up and over or around or however, we're gonna go back up. We're gonna cut that in half. Just two more. And then we add on into a knee lift. One more knee lift. And then again, up and over, and we step up on this side for 8. Last one, and then we add that knee lift. And then up and over we go, and now we cut that in half. 4 of these tap ups. 4 knee lifts. And then we go into 4 hamstring curls with that rowing motion. And then we're up and over with 4 taps. 4 knee lifts. And 4 curls. Up and over, 4 of everything. But we're gonna add on one more. 4 knee lifts. 4 curls. And then 4 extensions, arms and legs. And up and over we go. Tap up for 4. Knees up for 4. Four hamstring curls. And 4 extensions. Up and over we go, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. And 2 extensions. Up and over, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. And 2 extensions. Woo! Up and over you go. Straddle that book. Hands on your thighs, tailbone long, round it, extend it, round it, extend it. Big deep breath in. Shoulders back and down. Bring your left knee up. Bring your right arm or your arms across. Just a little bit of rotation here. Last two. Last one, other way. Beautiful. Lift that right leg up. Put it up on the book. And we're gonna bend that right knee. Let the left toes come forward. So no weight on those left toes. Hands at your heart if you want. Now a little arm movement if you want. Good. Now we step to the side. Reach out. We're gonna do skater arms, right? If I can figure out which way they go. Do they go that way? I don't know. There we go. By the time we get it, we'll be done. Or by the time I get it. Good, last one like that. Now, making sure you have enough space, you're gonna step to the back, and this is where we bring those arms up and then press. Up and press, reach and press, reach and press. Couple more like that. Good, and now we're going back to the front for just 4. Good, and then we go step into the side with those skater arms. Beautiful, and we go to the back with that extension. Woo! And then we're back to the front, just 2, 2 to the side, and 2 to the back. Ow. All right, come up. You're gonna bend that right knee one more time to the front. You're gonna sit down into it, hold for 4, lift that toe, 3, 2, and 1, bring it up. Step to the side, keep all your weight on that right leg, lift the left toes, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, bring it up and then stretch it back. Hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ah. Woo, right leg up and over. Boy, I hope you guys felt that. I sure did. Press, use your left hand to push the hips over to the right, get that big stretch. Bring your hands down to your thighs, let's bend those knees. Roll to a delicious feeling cat, I hope, and then through a cow. And then you're gonna actually keep your right hand on your leg and rotate a little bit, lift that left arm up, and then bring it down. And the left hand stays down. Straighten out your legs if that's okay with your spine, sweep your right arm up and bring it up. And over, because we get to do all of that on the other side. So, left foot up on that book. We bend that knee as those right toes step forward. Good, then we're gonna do that same thing to the side, keeping most of our weight on that left leg. Good. And then we step to the back, arms reaching. Left knee bending. And then we go 4 to the front again. And 4 to the side. And 4 to the back. And then we have 2 at the front. And 2 at the side. And then 2 to the back. And then we come one to the front, we lift those toes, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it up. Step to the side, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1, toes off the ground. Ooh, one more time. Step it back, lift those toes, hold, 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 hold. Ah, bring it down. Left leg over right, arms spin. Ooh, big stretch. Then bend those knees. Roll through a cat, take your time. Inhale, I guess it's through your reindeer. This time you're gonna keep your left hand down, right arm is gonna open to the back. And bring it down, roll again, extend, straighten those legs if that's okay. Bring that all the way up and over. Still a little bit more on this book, yippee. All right, so we're gonna hover the left leg this time. First, we're gonna start with that little hip lift, right? So I let my weight drop a little bit into the left side, and then I bring my right hip and I basically just tuck it under me. So it looks as if I'm lifting my left leg, but all the work is coming from that right hip tucking under. So you should feel it big time in that right outer hip area and glute. Two more. All right, we're staying on this same side. Left foot is off the ground, foot is flexed. Bend your right knee, just tap your left foot and stand. Bend and tap, bend and tap. So that right knee is coming a little bit forward as if you were walking up steps. Really functional fitness and really working that quad. And last time, bring it up. Woo, we get to stretch out that hip again. So right leg over left, shoulders up, back and down. Let's tip it over, push that hip, bring it down and around, and then extend it up and over. And we'll go to the other side. Left foot is up. Right hip foot hovers, hip relaxes and then squeezes under. Relax and squeeze under. And squeeze under. And again, you'll see my right leg moving, but I'm not lifting it. I'm just tucking my hip under, which lifts the right leg. Should feel this all down that left side. Almost there. Last one, hold that foot in the air, that right foot, bend the left knee, tap the right heel. And again, my knee's coming forward, functional fitness, it's okay. No, we don't have big heavy weights on our shoulders. Just the way to the world and holidays. Almost there. Yeah, and relax. Woo! Cross it over, push the hip to press the other hip, bring it down and around, and then right back up and over. Okay, we're gonna take a break for those hips and do a little bit of calf work. Yeah, before we do some hamstring work. You probably want someplace that you can hold on. So we're gonna start with both toes, sets of toes and ball of the feet up on the book. And I'm up in the air already, up on tippy toes. And then I'm gonna go a little higher and press out. So I'm rotating, I'm just trying to show you guys here. I'm rotating open like that, right? The feet can be in parallel, but you lift up and rotate out. Lift up and rotate out. Two more like that. Let's actually do this in turnout position. So heels come together, toes are apart, and we lift up and then reach that extra. Come just to neutral, reach the extra, just to neutral, reach the extra, and keep that going for me. Good, and now you're just gonna keep that right foot, or excuse me, left foot on the book. Right leg is gonna hover, drop that left heel lower than the book, and then come to book level, lower and book level, lower, book level, lower book, lower book, lower book, and then go above the book and come even and above and even and above and even, above and even, above and even. Now we drop the heel all the way down, come through center, go all the way up, and then press 1 extra quarter of an inch. So full range with that extra press at the top. Just 4 more. Ooh, last one. Step down with that right foot. Slide that left heel off and feel a nice stretch down that calf. Bend that knee a little bit. And turn your toes out and your heel in. Drop the heel down. And bend that knee. Toe goes in, heel goes out, drop. And bend. We're going to try something a little bit different. Put your toes, if this is uncomfortable, because the sharp edge of the book will vary it, but put your toes so they just kind of get pressed up in the air. Like I'm not way up on the book, just the tips of my toes. And then I'm going to step forward and feel a little stretch. Bend that right knee, or excuse me, left knee just a little bit. And then one more time, bend. That was just meant to stretch the bottom of the feet just a little bit with those toes and extension. I don't know if you felt it. Okay. Right foot up. We'll go right into that, right? Left leg hovers. We're going to drop the heel and then come to even. Drop and even. Drop and even. Drop and even. 2 more. Drop, even, and then go higher and even, and higher and even. 2 more like that. Higher and even. Higher and even. And then last thing, we'll drop the heel all the way down, we'll come through center, we'll come up, and then we'll press that extra little bit. So all the way down, through center, all the way up, and up a little more. Almost there. Just 2 more. Last time. Woo! Bring that left foot down, slide that right heel down. Oh, so you feel that nice calf stretch, I hope. And bend that knee a little bit. Then rotate your toes out and your heel in, drop the heel, and bend the knee. Then we'll go pigeon toe, drop that heel, and bend the knee. And then, again, we're going to kind of press the toes so they're just pushed up against the edge of the book. Step forward with the other foot, lunge into it, bend the right knee a little bit, step back for a second, lunge forward, feel a little stretch, and then one more time. All right, okay. We're going to come into a wide stance, plie stance, abs in, book in your palms, sit down into that plie, and just serve your platter. Here are your Christmas cookies, Santa. Adding on, if you want, sit down and serve, come up and take it away. If you want to, sit down, roll up on your tippy toes, come up. And then this time, sit down, get those arms straight out from your shoulders, bend them in, straighten them out, bend in, straighten out, bend, straighten, keep going. Option to roll those heels off the ground. Last 2 like this, arms straight, lift them up and down. Palms still pushing that book down. And bring that up, set your book down for a second. Woo, shake those out. Woo, big arm sweep, flex through the hands, open the chest. We should have gotten some shoulder work and a little bit of bicep on that. And shake that out. All right. We're going to bring that book into our left hand. And however you're going to be able to hold it, you may be holding it down like that. You may be holding it like a school kid. And then you're gonna step forward with your left foot and back with your right. Left knee has the tiniest bend in it. And we're just doing that jumping bird, right, to start with. Option is to do a rowing motion as you go down to work a little bit of that rear deltoid. Last two. Last one, hold it down. See if you can bring that book out to the side, bend the knee, straighten the knee. As the arm lifts, you bend out to the side again, rear deltoid posture muscles. And still working that hamstring on that left leg, and now the quad a little bit. And relax everything. Just hold your book for a second, step out with that leg you just worked at your left leg. I know it won't be mirroring you. Bend your right knee, roll those left toes up, and then bring that in, and we get to do the other side. So again, right leg is forward, book is in your left hand, and we just start with that jumping bird, working that right hamstring, adding on a little rowing motion if you want. And then come down, bend that knee, and you're gonna bend and straighten that knee, and you're gonna raise that foot to the side. And relax. Woo. Step out with that opposite leg, the leg you just worked. Tailbone goes back, then the other knee, left knee it should be, right toes go up, and then bring them down. All right. Book in your left hand. We're just gonna start nice and easy. Just stand here. Little tricep work here. And then when you're ready, we're gonna step out in that plie again and come up and down with it. And I'm just using my opposite hand just to keep that arm from coming forward into my vision, right? But just gently tapping the forearm. Two more. Good. Hold it at the tiniest little bit of an angle. Up, 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 up. And relax. Woo! Set that down. Tap that left hand to your left shoulder. Pull it back. Nice stretch. Bring that hand to the center of your back. And then to the other side. And shake that out. Then we get to do the other side. So again, that book is on your palm, and you lower and lift that elbow, and then adding a little pulsing with those plies if you want. Good. Leave it on a slight angle, straighten, 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 straighten. And relax. Ooh, take that right hand down your right shoulder, pull back, move it to the center, and then over to the right. Okay, we are not done with our lower body, but we are going to come down to the ground to do the next few. So you're going to sit up on that book for me, please. All right, you get to choose. Left leg, you can hold it in right up against your ribs here. You can let it be halfway out. You can drop it all the way out. You're going to sit up on that book and pull those glutes out from under you and then swiggle till you're at the front of the book. So your book might even tip a little bit. That would be awesome. Let's take that right leg and open it about halfway. Roll it open so you see your inner thigh and the seam of your pants. Point and flex a couple times. And then we lift that leg off the ground and continue to point and flex. Then we point and lift. And flex and lift. And then we're going to bend and straighten with pointed toe. And then flex and press. Woo. Go ahead and stay on your book, but shimmy over so that your left hip is on, your left glute is on, and your right leg is behind it. To just give you some extra space for your stretch. Then, if you still want to drop on your elbow, it's going to increase that stretch. Make sure the knee is behind the hip and the foot is flexed. You can even bring that foot close to your booty for increased stretch, but if you roll forward, you're kind of avoiding a little bit of it. So roll open, but push the hip forward, right? So my chest is going to open, but my hip's going to go forward. Big stretch, arm up and over. This feels really good today. This time as you come up, straighten that bottom arm, grab your back ankle and see if you can bring it right up as close to your glute as is comfortable for you. And then press tall. Beautiful. That feels like it almost fixed all the horror that we did. All right, we're going to the other side. So right knee is bent. Again, you get to choose straight up, out to the side, however. And then left leg is out. We rotate it open. So on that little bit of an angle, we point and flex. Good. And then we lift it off the ground, we point and flex. And then point and lift. And flex and lift. And then point and bend and stretch. And flex and press. And relax. Woo. And now we're going to slide over so that our right hip is still on the book, but the left one comes into your angel gear. Trying to get that knee behind the hip, and you can stay tall, you can relax over to increase that stretch. Again, if the chest caves, you want to open it, but at the same time, roll the hip forward. Then arm can come up and reach. And then let's straighten all the way up. Grab that ankle, pull it closer, keep pulling it and sitting taller. Very nice. All right. Last little thing, and this kind of depends on how slippery your legs are. You're going to try to put that book behind your right leg and then bring that heel very close to your hip so that the book is is nice and safe. Flex through that heel, lift that right leg up. We're just going to press to the sky with a flexed foot. Try and keep your spine in neutral. Try not to twist your hips. Nice and even here if you can. Good. This time leave the leg up there and just squeeze the book. Squeeze the book. Last thing, we'll put those two things together. Lift the book and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. Sounds like Lipton tea. And relax. leave that book on your right side, slide that right hip onto it and sit onto it. And then you're gonna bring your right foot a little bit forward. It's almost like a little baby pigeon pose. And then if you're tipped over, I want you to walk a little to your left. And then if you have flexibility, you can bend those elbows. You should feel a nice stretch on the back of that right hip. Then you're gonna roll it up, bring that left leg part of the way around, extend that right leg out. You're up on that book, scoot forward a little bit, and that should be giving you a pretty nice hamstring stretch. And then give me a little baby hinge. And then we get to work the other side. So here we go. You're trying to get that book between the calf and the hamstring on the left side. Flex through that heel, find your neutral spine, flex and lift. And then leave the leg up there, squeeze the book, squeeze the book. And put those two things together, lift and squeeze. And relax. We're gonna bring that book around. You're gonna sit on it with your right glute, left glute, sorry, bring that left leg forward, pivot around into your baby pigeon, come down a little bit over to your right. And then come on up, bring your right leg around, extend that left leg. You can bring that right leg wherever you want. Scoot to the front of your book so you can get that long hamstring stretch. All right, and then I think this is the last thing for that lower body before we do a little ab work. You're gonna lie down on your side, book on that top leg, knees, hips, feet are stacked, waistline off the ground. We're just gonna lift. Then we're gonna bring the heels together and we're gonna rotate open. Keep going. And then we're gonna lower the knees, but lift the heels in the air as we rotate open. Ooh, and relax. Give that hip some love. Press yourself up, straighten out your bottom leg, take your top leg across, find your book again so we can make a better stretch, sit up on it. And then bring that knee in. You might be able to sit a little taller now. And then let that leg flop open, just to wherever it does at this point. Then grab your ankle, lift, drop your knee down. So try not to be on that exaggerated angle. Try and lift the ankle and then slide it across a little bit. And then bring that down. And then you're going to lie down on that same side that you just stretched, stacking up knees, ankles, etc. Head rests on the ground, waistline lifted, and we lift that top leg with the book on it. Good, heels together, pivot open. And then knees stay low, heels in the air, pivot open. Two more. Set that book on your mat, give that hip a little love as you come up. The bottom leg straightens out, the leg you just worked crosses over. Sit tall, let it pivot open. Just however it wants to initially. And then see if you can grab the ankle, lift it up, lower the knee, and then slide it across just a little more. All right. Then you can just have your book handy. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the ground. Deep breath in, we're exhale, little simple roll downs. Two more to make 12. Lie down, single leg stretch. We have 11 of them. Legs in tabletop, 10 toe touches. If you want to, while you're doing this, you can put that book on your ribs, woo, so you know they're staying flat. And then book down, bridge up, left leg up in the air, lift and lower 9 times. Bend that knee, right leg goes up, 9 times up and down. Beautiful, bend those knees, drop that down. You're gonna spin over for a side plank. Just simple side plank. You can put that book underneath your feet if you want a little bit of extra challenge, and then just press up. Spin it over. You're welcome to just turn to the back and do your side plank other side. As you come down, you're going to leave your feet or your ankles up on that book, hands right underneath you, and then stretch them out. And then just lift your upper body and give me flutter arms like you're swimming. And then you're spinning over onto your spine. You're going to grab that book, flex through those hands, knees in tabletop, double leg stretch, extend for just 6. You guys know what we're doing here, right? We'll preview for Saturday's 12 days of Pilates. Yes, you get to come to that. All right, and then book comes on top of the shins. Woo, we take a quick little break. Keep the book where it is, bring your forehead to your knees and roll like a ball. Just 4 times. And then put the book at the base of your mat. Bottom leg on top, bottom leg behind, top leg in front. Have a bend in your knees, scoot your hips closer, side bends. Just 3. And then other side, make sure you flip your feet so the top leg ends up in front. And then you're going to flip back over onto your abs, forehead down, legs lift higher than the book, hold. One more time, hold. And then tuck your toes up onto that book, bring your elbows underneath for a forearm plank. And relax. That was the 12 days of Pilates. You might have known that. Preview. All right. Bring that book behind your right leg. Give it a nice hug. As a matter of fact, well, we'll do that in a second. Just hug that in for now. Left knee is bent. Pull the right one to the right, left one to the left. And then slide the book down so it presses up against your calf muscle and your hamstring. And then grab on top of your shin, stretch the left leg out, pull the right knee in, and let's point and flex that right foot, right ankle. And you should feel that a little bit on the muscle where the book is edging up against it. And then rotate your ankles. And then finally, with that left leg straight, go ahead and flip that book up, lift yourself up, point those toes, flex and come down. Bring the book to the outside of the leg, right onto the side, turn your toes down and feel a beautiful stretch on the outside of that right hip. And then cross that right ankle over while you're there. You can use the book on the right inner thigh for increased stretch, but you want to pull your left hand onto the left hip. And then as you come up, you can just take that book over to the right. That's where you'll need it in a second. Hug those knees, or excuse me, thread your needle, extend that left leg and get some movement through that ankle. Then crisscross at your knees, slide your right hand under the book and drop your knees to the left, please. And then up and over through center, uncross, foot behind your left knee, give it a nice hug. Move it over to the left as your right leg moves right. Then we're going to straighten out that right leg, slide the book down, put your hands on top of the shin and compress hamstring and calf muscle, and then get some pointing and flexing through your ankle and some movement. Good. And then we're going to go ahead, straighten out that leg, lift yourself up, point and flex. And then book on the outside, turn the toes in. And then we'll bend that knee, book goes over to the left, cross that left ankle over the right, and then thread your needle and move through that right ankle. Then we're going to bend both knees, crisscross, left over right, and then you can slide that left hand under the right, or excuse me, under the book, knees drop right. Nice and easy back through center. Take a little rock side to side, and however you want to get there, meet me on your hands and knees for your cat Rudolph or cat reindeer, coming forward in your reindeer and rolling back in your cat. Beautiful. Bring it on up, tuck those toes. We did do quite a bit of calf work, so take a moment through those feet. And then wide stance, nod yes and shake no, bend your knees. Give me a cat and a reindeer. Big deep breath in. Thank you. If I don't see you Saturday, happy